always wanted to do that. And he gave me a curtain, so he gave me a reason to do it. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? This is Tachi. I am your media professor, your filmmaker, your media content producer, and also a journalist. Welcome to MediaScope. I talk all about media, tech, and pop culture. Good evening, says Matthew Ward, also known as History Needs You. How are you? Totally outrageous. You are totally outrageous. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Everybody who's here. Oh, I see Dr. Vibe over here. I see Cliffy over here too on the Periscope side. Thank you, my friends, for being here. Hey, hey, says Cliffy. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here. You know I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. This is, there's a boom, says Dr. Vibe. Boom indeed. Because you were on with me, Busker. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we talked about there. We have some time to expand, and then I have a lot more. History Needs You. Thank you for inviting people. And Carol Honko, thank you for being here on the Periscope side. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, I forgot to hug people on Busker. So we're going to give you the hug now, the customary hug that I give everyone to let you know. Matthew. Did you guys hear the clapping or the clapter, as I like to hear? Did you hear that sound effect? Last week, we had some issue with not hearing the sound effects. So let me know that you heard it, please. That would be very helpful. Thank you for the hug, Carol. Yay, thank you. You heard it. Great. Okay, MC Curtis, you're back on.
Awesome.
And that clapping and the awesome is courtesy of my co-hostess, or co-hostess? No. Co-producer with the mostest, MC Curtis. Everybody say, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Genie31. Welcome to MediaScope. Good to have you. Yeah, you weren't here last week. So she says, welcome back, MC Curtis. Totally outrageous.
Likewise, thank you.
Marilyn Norton Horton, welcome. Thank you for being here. Guys, lots to talk about. Let's hit it. Who would I be if I did not talk about, and Jeannie says, what's up, MC Curtis?
Hey there.
Hey, Anthony Davis. Hey, thank you for being here on the Facebook Live side, and thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts on both Periscope and Facebook Live. I love them all. What's up, MC Curtis? History Needs You was saying.
Hey.
Everybody loves you. You're so wise. One day I want to be you when I grow up. Anyway. Here we go. Anthony, thank you so much for the hearts. You rock. Okay, so let's talk. Who would I be? It would be really irresponsible of me if we did not discuss Harvey Weinstein. Much as you don't want to talk about it, much as you would love to sweep it under the rug, this is exactly why this happened. And can I just say, this is not, thanks for the picture, this is not specific to Hollywood. This is happening and is rampant in a lot of different fields. So for us to say, oh, Hollywood culture, damn that's corporate culture, okay? That is culture, unfortunately, in the U.S. I can't speak on other countries, but I venture to say this happens elsewhere also. But if it can happen in a country where there's supposed regulation, I know it happens in countries where it's not heavily regulated. Oh, it happened. Jeannie says it happened to her for a number of years. Oh my goodness. It's terrible. It's terrible, and I'm sorry that you had to go through it. I think many people have experienced that, or other types of discrimination. Your manager, wow, and it's inexcusable. And can I tell you? And I'm sorry if you're an HR professional, human resources is absolutely useless. They are lumps and wastes of skin when it comes to these types of things. Because if they're part of that corporate culture and they're there to maintain, they're not very helpful. Even when it comes to, I have a good friend, a really good friend, who was having an issue in terms of racial discrimination. And of course, you know, the first thing you're supposed to do, no, they don't want you to take things to court with any of this. They want you to go through arbitration, and it's required that you go through arbitration. Well, if you're arbitrating with the same idiots that are part of the system, how is that helpful?
Right.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm the stupid one here. Perhaps I don't have as much learning or depth as you, but I don't get how that's helpful in many cases. And that's usually unless it's something criminal. But if it's a civil thing, they want you to go to arbitration. So she did the arbitration thing, before all of it. And it's not just her. There were others I know that are faculty that have had this issue. And HR was absolutely useless because they were part of the system. They were part of the machine. So going to HR like you're supposed to as your first is often not helpful. So if you're an HR professional, I am sorry I'm saying this, but often your departments are absolutely useless in these cases. Otherwise, this would not be rampant. This would not go on. I digress. So let's talk a little bit more about this Weinstein thing. Awful as it is. Okay, why are you freezing on me, Notes? Come on. Awful as it is, there's a couple of things that have happened. So we all know, you know what? In fact, let's just roll the video. For those of you who don't have the background, let's roll video 1 so you get a little bit of background.
फिडजेट स्पिनर तो बहुत देखे होंगे आपने दोस्तों, लेकिन क्या
Another seismic shock in Hollywood. Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow saying they too were sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein, adding to a growing list of women.
I will tell you something in return.
Paltrow, then 22, had just been hired for the movie Emma. She tells the New York Times Weinstein put his hands on her and suggested they go to the bedroom for massages. I was a kid. I was petrified. Paltrow says she left and told her then-boyfriend Brad Pitt, who confronted Weinstein. Jolie says after her incident, she chose never to work with him again and warned others when they did. These revelations following another explosive story today, this time in The New Yorker. Mira Sorvino and Rosanna Arquette among 13 women who say they were sexually harassed or assaulted by Weinstein, including 3 who say they were raped. Weinstein's spokesperson says any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein, and there were never any acts of retaliation for refusing his advances. Ronan Farrow, who contributes to NBC News, wrote the story.
Uncanny similarities exist between each of these women's stories. They talk about a pretext of a professional meeting that is then moved to a hotel and a hotel room. Many of them refer to offers for a massage.
Today, former actress Louisette Geist telling what's now become a familiar story.
He returned in nothing but a robe, with the front open, and he was buck naked.
In 2015, after model Ambra Badalina Gutierrez claimed Weinstein inappropriately touched her, New York police set up a sting, which was recorded.
Yesterday you touched my breast.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
Are you used to that?
Yes, come in.
No, but I'm not used to that.
The New York District Attorney declined to press charges.
16 assistants and executives, former and current, talked about a culture of silence in the company, talked about how they witnessed inappropriate activity.
The Weinstein Company did not respond today. Weinstein's behavior such an open secret, it was a joke at the 2013 Oscar nominations.
Congratulations, you 5 ladies no longer have to pretend to be attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
Tonight, former President Obama and Hillary Clinton breaking their silence. Obama disgusted, Clinton appalled by Weinstein's reported behavior. A major campaign donor accused of abusing power and women. Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
Yet, nobody knew in all this 35 years or 30 plus years that this has been happening, nobody knew. And in fact, the board of the Weinstein Company came out and with this statement. Actually, this was yesterday or today. The Weinstein Company's board of representatives, Bob Weinstein, Lance Mayrov, Richard Koenigsberg, and Tarak Ben Ammar, are shocked and dismayed. Can I repeat that? Shocked and dismayed by the exactly. Shocked and dismayed by the recently emerged allegations of extreme sexual misconduct and sexual assault by Harvey Weinstein. These alleged actions are antithetical to human decency, you think? These allegations come as an utter surprise to the board. Any suggestion that the board had knowledge of this conduct is false. GD31, you're right. They are so lying. You mean to tell me your damn brother is on the board and he knew nothing for 30 years? Somebody signed these damn checks that were going to these women in the settlement cases, because there are a bunch of settlement cases. Often for these companies, when it comes to things like this, it is easier for them to throw money at the problem. And the Weinstein Company had so much money that they would just throw money at the problem. There were settlement cases. But with those settlements came gag orders, okay? Or NDAs. They signed a non-disclosure agreement. So nobody knew. Not one person knew. Nobody. And let me tell you, this is a complex issue. It's a very complex problem. It seems like it's simple, but it's very complex. Even though Jeannie says, when it was happening to me, people knew and they did nothing. Absolutely. That's often what happens. People know and they do nothing. They're like, don't be a troublemaker. Don't do anything.
Yes.
And what happens is, if you want to go ahead or get ahead, you comply. You say nothing because you don't want to mess up your career. The people around these individuals that say nothing, yep, that's what they told you, right, Gene? The people around these people that say nothing, they also are fearful of upsetting the system.
Yeah.
In a sense, it could be benefiting them. In another sense, they could lose their job. So there was an assistant that would leave the room every time a woman was in the Harvey Weinstein's office. Hey, TDK, welcome. Thank you for being here on the Periscope side. Carlos Phoenix, what's going on the Facebook Live side? Kamija Mila, hey, thank you, guys. It takes me a while to see the Facebook Live stuff, so thank you for bearing with me. Carlos Phoenix says, I didn't know. Anthony Davis says, the corrupt will always keep things corrupt, but the just will make everything better for themselves and everyone. I love your way of thinking, Anthony. I love your way of thinking. Sadly, I don't know that Hollywood has learned their lesson. And remember, this is not just Hollywood. This is rampant in a lot. And I told this story on the Busker stream. I was listening to NPR this afternoon. Big Fish 76, welcome. Thanks for being here on the Periscope side. There were so many people that were talking. They did a lot of things on NPR on this. So the whole morning on NPR was basically dedicated to this. So I was listening to On Point, which is a show on NPR. Right, Baker, hey, welcome on Periscope. And there was a caller who had called in saying that his wife went through the same thing in the oil and gas industry, was interviewing for a job and could tell already that there was going to be a problem with the person that was a supervisor. So she just chose not to take the job and actually took a job that making $75,000 less because she didn't want to be bothered with the headache. Oh, totally outrageous. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Don't worry. I'll see you next week. So it's terrible. And he was saying that his wife was a bit more ambivalent. Yeah, On Point is a great radio show, Dr. Vibe. She was a bit more ambivalent about it than he was. He was incensed and upset, but he said she had accepted it as a normal part of life of being a woman. In fact, he said this, and he was a white man, said this is like when African Americans have to deal with white privilege in the workplace. I was like, wow. When you look at these things, all of these types of discrimination are harmful. It's terrible. So, but it's not new. Sadly, this is not new. I don't know. Let's keep going on. So the board has made their statement, their rubbish statement, because nobody knew 30 years and there was not a trace. He was by himself at all times. Nobody knew anything. Welcome to you who just entered on Periscope. So BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, has released a statement. They have revoked his membership. He is suspended. They said that this is completely unacceptable and incompatible with BAFTA's values. Again, where were you? He's been a member of BAFTA for a while. Why is this okay now? And here's the thing. I suspect, ladies and gentlemen, this would not have come down if Weinstein was still as powerful in Hollywood as he was. He's not like the big power player like he once was. He still has some power, but he's not like he once was, where he was churning out Oscar after Emmy after whatever, right? So because he's fallen a little bit, it's easier to take him down now. But if he was still at the height of his game, this would not have come out. So that's the sad thing. It's taken the fact that he's been downgraded a little bit for this to even come out. How terrible is that there's somebody that is that powerful that you can't touch? Sad. Sounds like a lot of other things, right, MC?
Right, right, absolutely.
We won't go there. All right. So, Kavita Mila says, slow up, homie. Get that comparison out of the mouth. Well, exactly. So this is interesting. All right. I can see your face, Kavita Mila, with this. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's go on to photo 1A. So these women in Hollywood are not the only people talking about the advances and abuse and that they have and harassment that they've received. Terry Crews, former NFL player from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know who he is. He also had a show of his own with his family, a reality show. He did a string of tweets earlier yesterday that talked about where he recalled an experience while he was groped by a, quote, high-level Hollywood executive at an event that he attended with his wife last year, okay? And this was a male. He doesn't name who it was, but he says that the exec was a male that just grinned like a jerk after the incident, which his wife also saw. Hey, DJ, hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So Cruz said that his decision to share this came as a result of all of this. So I guess that's the thing. You ask people, well, why didn't you say something before? Well, when there's a culture that suppresses you and already assumes that you're wrong, why would you come out? I mean, they asked the same thing of the Bill Cosby accusers. Well, when you have nobody on your side and this means you're not going to eat, why would you come out and say something? And then especially for Terry Crews, this is something that could be very shameful, especially for a male.
Absolutely.
In a very misogynistic culture that we live in. Oh, you let yourself, let himself be anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I could see why he just didn't say anything now. But now I'm sure, and I'm glad that he did, because it shows if somebody so macho and quote unquote masculine can come out and say something, if this has happened to others, they may feel comfortable coming out and saying
that takes a lot of courage, especially for a man. Yeah, a lot of courage.
It does. It does. And you have to be very secure in your masculinity to
Absolutely.
do that. Yeah, right, Dr. Vibe? It's awesome that Terry shared this. So I think it's nothing but helpful. So as you were saying on the other stream, Dr. Vibe, this is wrong regardless of who it is. And this shows that this is a culture that is rampant throughout Hollywood, but not just throughout Hollywood, but throughout industry. Patricia Murray, thank you for being here on the Facebook Live side. Oh, I'm glad. I'm doing well, DJ Hay. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. Gail Taylor, thanks for being here on the Facebook Live side. Camille Jamila says, Weinstein is on a slump. Yeah, absolutely he's on a slump. This would not have happened if he was at the top of his game. So, again, and look at this. Okay, look at when this happened to Bill Cosby. This was as he's living, out his older years. He's not at the top of his game because it would not have happened if he was at the top of his game. Powerful men in Hollywood are beyond reproach, basically. Red, welcome, and Clan, welcome. Thanks for being here on the Periscope side. Thank you so much. If any of you are having an issue on the Periscope side, hearing me or whatever, let me know. Joel Wheeler, thanks for being here on the Facebook Live side. Hey, Red, what's going on? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. All right, so moving on from that. Look, I'm sorry. There's an abundance of sexual assault stories because of the fact that this came out. Sonic Ninja, welcome on the Periscope side. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Tamron Hall. So if I could have photo 2. Tamron Hall had a deal with Weinstein to executive produce a daytime talk show and some other content. And thanks for posting this, Red, on Twitter and inviting followers. You rock. So she's still going ahead with these plans, but it's probably not going to be with Weinstein, according to sources. First, the New York Times said this, and then in the New Yorker, this was not her, but this story, the Weinstein story, came about in the New York Times and then the New Yorker. So as this is happening, she's deciding, you know what? Look here, witch. You can play around if you want to, but I am not going to stay on with you and have the, I mean, this can do serious damage to your brand.
Sure.
They've seriously damaged themselves, and it's beyond the brand. It hasn't damned their brand. It's about these women and who knows, maybe men who have been wronged and who have been assaulted by this nasty barba papa of an individual. But kudos, Tamron, for doing that. Hey, Bay Area Matt, welcome. Thanks for being here. Kudos, Tamron. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jiggy Mig, wow, you made it. Thanks for being here, sis. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know who I am and you're joining for the first time, my name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and I'm also a journalist. This is MediaScope. We talk about media, tech, and pop culture. And I like to think the best of media, tech, and pop culture. Joe Wheeler, good to see you. Kami Jamila says, but it still perpetuates historic narratives for him to be a victim of that. You're absolutely right, Kami. You are right. Patricia, hey, thank you for being here. Or Pat, as you like to be called. Bills 722, thank you for being here on the Periscope side. Okay, so let's go on. Kudos to you, Tamron, because there are some people, although, you know, their name isn't worth a damn right now, so you're right to jump off of that horse. But here's the thing. We have to start to look at what role we have in being complicit to our own oppression. It's not that easy, and I'm not blaming the victim here. Cosby, welcome. Thanks for being here. Hey, H2 Jennings, welcome, and thanks for the super heart, sir. We have to look and see what role we're playing in being complicit in our own oppression. And I'm not just talking about the victim, and I'm not talking about the victim. I'm talking about everybody around who says something and goes like this. I'm talking about people who said, well, just be quiet. Because even Angelina Jolie, you saw in the video, she said, well, I decided not to work with him, and I warned others. You warned others? What the hell does that mean? Do something. Do something. Although she was young, I get it. But I warned her, that's not, no. Because we're looking at things as an individual thing. You have to be strong enough, because if a whole bunch of people at one time come out and say something, there's very little they can do. So we have to be stronger in these types of things. With that, I've had it with this whole sexual assault thing. Can we move on, MC Curtis?
Please.
Okay, damn. You didn't have to say it like that.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so I'm going to move on because there's another case with Defy Media and the Honest Trailers on a web series who lost his job because of sexual misconduct. But, you know, I've kind of had it with this, so we're going to move on to the next story. Could I have photo 3, please? Invent One Life. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Yes. You know what? Let's talk about Google. When in doubt, talk about Google. That just makes everybody feel better. So Google is working on its own answer to Snapchat Discover. So if you're a Snapchat user, if not, let me learn you. When you go into Snapchat, there's a whole section called Discover with a bunch of publishers like CNN, like Tastemade, and you can interact with their content there. They've got videos and stories and things, and it takes you to different places, and it can take you to the website so that you can discover their content. Well, Google is trying to do the same thing. They're trying to be their answer to Snapchat. As to whether or not it will work, we'll see, because they've had terrible luck in the whole social space, but it is what it is. They just announced this consumer entertainment-oriented project called Stamp, and it's going to look, like I said, a lot like Snapchat's Discover. There are going to be pay incentives and publishers working with the internet giant on this initiative. So far, who's involved? CNN, the Washington Post, Hearst, the Condé Nast Dynasty, and Mashable, according to Recode. Will work out better than Google Plus. Well, we hope, Dr. Vibe. We hope. Because Google Plus, and I still use Google Plus, but it's just not, it does not cut the mustard. And I don't know who came up with that stupid saying, but it does not cut the mustard. It just isn't. And there are all sorts of reasons why Google Plus didn't work, why Google Glass failed miserably. Well, we won't get into that, but I'm hoping this new venture is better. It was a missed opportunity, yes, and they've had a lot of missed opportunities. better for them that they're a billion-dollar company. Otherwise, they'd be in serious trouble right now. Anyway, so it's set to roll out on mobile using Google's open source AMP format, and it will support video, images, text, and slideshows, which is why they're comparing it to Discover. Very cool. Came out in the Wall Street Journal first, and it's going to be interesting. Are you looking forward to this, Curtis?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. All right, well,
I mean,
I already use
if they're
Snapchat.
copying Snapchat, right?
Yeah,
Facebook is.
it's a Snapchat-like thing.
Oh, okay. Like similar, as in like.
The Discover is supposed to be like the Discover section on Snapchat.
Oh.
You're throwing shade here. I feel it because it got a little cool in the room. We're in the shade now. Got a little cool in here. So anyway, yeah, not so much. No. Wow, wow, Curtis, that was serious. That was extra. Okay. All right, so let's move on, shall we? Jewel Martin, thank you for being here, sis. Good to see you. Okay, so let's go to 3A. Do any of you use YouNow as a streaming platform? I know there are a lot of us on here that are live streamers, but is anybody using YouNow? I tried YouNow twice. Curtis just heard about it from me today. At Red, welcome back. YouNow is another live streaming platform. You could give props, you could give, like gifts, and they use cryptocurrency basically, the prop to, is it prop? Yeah, they give cryptocurrency that you can buy and give gifts to live streamers. I'm not doing that. Sorry. So no, if you're YouNow, I'm not buying anything to give. I'm kidding. But I mean, kind of similar to like what we do here on Periscope with the hearts. They don't have that method or anything yet on Facebook Live, but it is what it is. So I've used YouNow twice, but YouNow is really heavily millennial and Gen Z centered, and they're talking about things that I don't want to talk about. And so no disrespect, no shade. That's cool for you, but I don't want to do that. So I've used it twice in terms of streaming. And I'm like, nobody here wants to hear me talk about media tech and pop culture. Peace. And I tried it because for a while it was popular with Al Roker. Al Roker would get, and there are some other publishers. MTV is on there. You tried it, but it wasn't accessible, said DJ Hay. Yeah, that's another problem. For you, definitely it needs to be accessible.
Do they have a lot of twerking videos?
You know what? This is the funny thing. The first time I said there was a twerking video, I'm like, I don't want to see this. Natalie Crew, what's up, troublemaker with the mostest?
I was just thinking about her.
You were thinking about? Oh, yeah, I know, right?
I hadn't seen her in a while. That's what I mean.
What did you walk in on? I know, right? And Natalie, you always walk in on some mess. Hey, so we were talking about MC Curtis, of course, asked whether or not there were twerking videos on YouNow. Why did you ask that?
Well, because you said a lot of millennials, and so that's, I mean, that's my, I don't know, that's kind of like my vision of millennials.
I've seen some 40-year-olds twerking too.
I mean,
so.
well, I mean, not to say they don't, but I mean, I probably wouldn't.
That's terrible. Millennials, this is your thumbprint, your footprint on the world, that you twerk. That's all. That you're selfish and you twerk. This is the world according to MC Curtis. Anyway, he didn't say selfish. I put that. And Natalie Cruz said, mute yourself, MC Curtis. You are so rude.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't know. Let me be quiet.
Natalie, you are super rude, but I love it. Joe Wheeler says each social media app has its own culture. This is on Facebook. This means it's not for everyone to love, like, hate, or whatever. Absolutely. Social media, not every platform is for everyone. And I always tell this when I do social media training, you don't have to use everything.
Absolutely.
You don't got to use everything. It's not for some things that you know where your audience is and be there.
Right.
That doesn't mean don't try it. Out of all the live streaming platforms, I've tried Periscope. It's the most accessible one, says DJ Hay. And that is important.
So if you don't like twerking, you don't go to YouNow.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be what one would deduce from that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now I understand.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Anyway, Carlos Felix says too many teens talking about naughty things. Yeah,
See,
I
there you
I don't
go.
care about that.
I was
No, don't try and jump on Carlos Felix's bandwagon, MC Curtis. Stand on your own. No. And Anthony Davis says, I hate you now. All it has is a bunch of clueless teenagers who think that they own the internet and that they are using the technology they're using the technology that
to
their
twerk.
mommies and daddies bought them. Well, to twerk. See, you keep mentioning
Well,
twerking. Yes,
because
they
he's
are
saying the
twerking,
same thing I'm saying. He
but
just
they didn't say
he just
twerk.
left out that single word.
Anyway, yeah, okay, they're twerking, but I don't know. Hey, Metez, I think, thank you for being here. When it was Blog TV, it was okay. Yeah, you know what? I didn't use it when it was Blog TV. I only used it as You Now. And in fact, let's see, for Halloween, they twerk or treat. Oh, Bay Area Matt, thank you for that. They twerk or treat. You just open your doors to a bunch of kids and start twerking. Why would anybody do that? Ah, and I love how everybody on Periscope are people who follow you on Twitter.
That's a doorbell.
For trick or treating. Okay, now MC Curtis is going to twerk for you. Hit it, Curtis.
I might tear something up, Tachi. I wouldn't do that.
Oh God!
I might break something.
We have no insurance on this show for that. So. Hey, Gary Lanham. Oh, one of my favorites. One of the best realtors in South Florida. Oh, don't worry. You know, there's never a such thing as late on MediaScope. Come whenever. It's like a house party. Come in and out, whatever. Anthony Davis says they are twerking with the tech. Oh, I said that. Sorry. Okay. So yeah. Oh, they're twerking with the technology that their mommies and daddies bought them. Absolutely. Patricia says trick or treat for UNICEF. Thank you. Why can you trick or treat for a purpose? Idiots. Anyway. Moving on from that. So the point of this rant on You Now is now they're going to give select creators cryptocurrency, $5 million in cryptocurrency to seed their new app called Rise. So in order to kickstart their new cryptocurrency-based app, they're going to distribute $5 million in props. That's their cryptocurrency or digital currency, kind of like Bitcoin, but it's theirs. That will be tendered across the platform to people or creators with sizable following. Now, people with 2 followers like me. So, cryptocurrency for a minute. This is being a big thing. I did a presentation to Gary. I did a presentation this morning for the Hollywood office of Coldwell Banker. And so it's interesting because they were talking about there are people that are going to be trying to buy homes with Bitcoin. So get ready. So cryptocurrency is coming, ladies and gentlemen. In case you don't know, it's coming. So people get ready. There's a train a coming. Who sings that? I know who does, but I can't remember. Anyway. Hey, welcome to everybody who's joining on Periscope and on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and a journalist. This is MediaScope. We talk about the best in media, tech, and pop culture. So Johnny Cash. Johnny, no. Well, Johnny Cash probably said something like that. It's more like one of these Motown groups. Do you know who it is? You're from Motown Times, MC Curtis.
You know what? I'm gonna let that slide. That's funny.
Thank you.
That was hilarious.
It was, right? Because I found it hilarious. The picture above my right shoulder is Emma McGann. Veritas, welcome. Thank you for being here on the Periscope side. She is the Chamber Brothers. No, hey, Gina Pina. No, it's not the Chamber Brothers. It's somebody from Motown. It's a Motown group with 4 people. I can't remember. I'll look it up. Selman 06. Thanks for being here on the
Four Tops.
Side. Somebody like the Four Tops.
You said 4 people.
So yeah, but it's not the 4. There were a bunch of people with 4 tops. And don't say the 5 heartbeats. Anyway, the Temptations. You know what? I'm thinking it's the Temptations. I'm thinking it could be the Temptations. Somebody could verify for that for me, but we'll go with that for now. So no, it's not Curtis Mayfield. It's not Curtis Mayfield. I know it kind of sounds. People get ready. There's a train a coming. I'm not gonna sing it because my voice is really today. So Emma McGann is pictured above me. She's a big creator on YouTube with a big following. If you have not 10 million, but 1 million followers or more, which again, I don't know who has that, you get a 40% token bonus, according to the blog post. 500,000 followers, you get a 20% bonus, and 50,000, you get a 12% bonus. Hey, Irish Cat, thank you for being here on the Periscope side. Okay. Gary Lanham says Curtis Mayfield and the Chamber Brothers. Was that Curtis Mayfield? You might be right. Okay, I've gotten 2 Curtis Mayfields, so you could be right. Veritas, I apologize. It could be. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Not the Temptations, maybe the OJs. I don't know, Camille. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up afterwards. So this is why I need an assistant, right? This is why I need I need an intern to look this up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get one. I gotta get one. Okay, so that's You Now, which is an app I totally don't use because it's not for me. But it's okay, guys. You don't have to use everything. Social media is there for us to use. But if your audience is not there and you're wasting time on it, don't use it. On the other hand, if you're enjoying it and you're seeing some fruitfulness, continue using it. You think Mayfield is correct. Okay, Veritas, you're probably right because you and Gary on Facebook both said Curtis Mayfield. So, okay, Ivan777, welcome on the Periscope side. Right, off of Rise to, let's go to photo 4, please. If you are a media, the impressions are the original singers. Okay, Dr. Vibe says the impressions are the original singers. Okay. See, this is what I get for using a pop culture reference that I haven't researched because I don't know. Anyway, if you write for Medium, you're going to get a treat, or you've been getting a treat. I have not, DJ Hey. I will definitely check it out. So, starting yesterday, you can put your content on Medium behind a paywall, meaning people have to pay to get your content, which can be a monetization tool for you. So if you write for Medium already and you're already working your fingers to the bone for free, now you're able to monetize it because this was just available to a certain number of course, frequent users of Medium. Have I written anything Medium? I think I've written some responses, but I haven't done a Medium article yet. Look, and I said this before, if there's one thing my book learning has gotten me is that I know how to write. I can write the hell out of something. But to do it every day or, on a consistent basis for Medium, I don't know. Video is my thing. I'll get on and do a video in a minute. Writing, I love to write. I write for the Burton Wire. I am a journalist. But I don't know that I would keep a Medium blog consistent. I know me. So this paywall thing won't benefit me at all. But for you, it may. So, and some people, in fact, the highest out of this since this has happened, somebody made $1,400 on one article. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is
because
pretty
you're
good.
lucky if you make 14. In most cases, journalism can pay crappily. I'm telling you. Oh, I missed your comment on when somebody says something, I'll go back to your comment on Periscope. I apologize that I missed your comment. Let's see. Gary Lanham says, I can still line dance to that song. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, so he knows. Patricia says, I'll say it again, it's the impressions with Curtis Mayfield. Yes, okay, I'm sorry, Patricia, you did say it too. Thank you. So Gary, Patricia, and Veritas, you win a smile. So, because I have nothing else to give you today. But very soon, it's about time we do another giveaway soon. Don't you think?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. At some point, we'll do another one. We'll do another one very soon. So, Gina Pina's laughing.
iPhone
All right,
X or
so
something.
say again?
Like an iPhone X.
I'm going to move on and pretend that I didn't hear.
Oh, I thought the
iPhone 10
broadcast
come out of
stopped.
your mouth. No, I stopped it and gave the look, the blinking eye. That's what I used to do to my students. So my students, I had everything in my syllabus. If you wanted to know something, this syllabus was like a complete manual. MC Curtis is paid for it. That's right, Natalie Crew, because it shan't be MediaScope or me. Name that tune with an iPhone X. Oh, I give you a picture of a nice frame. How about a nice frame photograph? Maybe autographed by Tim Cook of an iPhone X. That I could probably do. Although that might cost you the same amount as the actual iPhone X to get.
Right.
iPhone X.jpg, right? Thank you very much. Google. Google. But a picture, yeah, that's all you're gonna get from this show anyway. We're not like that. This is not Oprah Winfrey yet.
Not yet, yeah.
But it's coming. Not yet. It's coming. So I used to do I did the syllabus. It was complete. It was like a manual. I used to tell my students, if you ask me something that is in the syllabus and I just do this, that means it's in the syllabus. That means don't ask me that. So I just did this to MC Curtis. Okay? So if you guys see me do this, that just means, MC, you're out of order.
Nah.
You get a car. You get a car. Veritas not here. But we love MC Curtis because he's the one that makes everything look. And here's the thing. You don't piss off the production people because they can mess up your entire broadcast. Not even a Hot Wheel. Hot Wheels cost money. It's not like back in the day when they used to be like $1 something. Aren't they like $3 or $5 now? You have Hot Wheels, Curtis?
Hot Wheels, yeah, they were like very inexpensive at the time, but yeah, they're probably about $6, something like that.
Because I know you play with Hot Wheels now, so you should know. I know you have a collection. I've seen you.
Oh boy.
I see you. Beep beep. I see you. Let's move on. What is that? A bird?
It was a little boy laughing.
Oh, okay. Natalie Cruz says the Niger pettiness, though. Well, I'm just saying. Anthony Davis. Oh, you want to win a date with me? Oh, I would never put myself on the block as a prize. Never. Kabi says I do that all the time to my students. I want the T-shirt that says it's in the syllabus. Yes. I'm like, don't ask me what I. And here's the thing: if you don't do a syllabus, you will basically be flogged at the stake and burnt. But then you do it, and they ask you questions. Don't ask me anything that's in the syllabus because I'm not going to answer you. And don't email me with stuff that's in the syllabus because you will not get a response. I don't have time for silliness. I really don't. Anyway, let's go on, shall we? Because we've got like 10 minutes left, guys. So we got to maximize. DJ Hay loved that laugh, Curtis. You did good with that.
Well, thank you. Thank you, DJ Hay.
Although it sounded like a little boy bird.
Thank you.
But I like it.
Thank you, DJ Hay. It was nice of you.
Are you trying to discount what I'm saying? Don't get brand new, MC Curtis. When the company leaves, and you know they're leaving, you'll see. My mother used to say when, like, if we rarely misbehave because you just don't do that in a Nigerian household. If something, went wrong when we were at the store, there was no repercussions at the store. She would just look at us and say, "Don't worry," and you were worried. So MC Curtis,
exactly.
Don't worry.
My mom used to say the same
Don't
thing.
Worry. Don't worry. So I'm saying this to you, MC. Don't worry. Okay, let's go on. All right, so off of Medium, and what do we have next on the plate? My computer is going really slow today. So this Medium story is really, really long. Okay, here we go. So could I have photo 5, please? Oh, this is a GIF or a GIF. We got a treat. So this is actually a fidget spinner. Is it a fidget spinner? Is it a phone? Is it a fidget spinner? Is it a phone? It's both a fidget spinner and a phone. Can we roll the next video? Video 2, please.
फिजेट स्पिनर तो बहुत देखे होंगे आपने दोस्तों, लेकिन क्या आपने आज तक कोई फिजेट स्पिनर फोन देखा है? तो ये रहा दोस्तों मेरे पास वर्ल्ड्स एक्सक्लूसिव फिजेट स्पिनर फोन। हाँ दोस्तों, ये है एक छोटा सा फोन जो आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं। ये एक छोटा सा फीचर फोन है, लेकिन ये एक फिजेट स्पिनर भी है। मतलब आप इसके साथ टाइम पास भी कर सकते हैं। आपने काफी सारे फिजेट स्पिनर खरीदे होंगे जो मिलते हैं आपको मार्केट में 300 रुपए 500 रुपए में, लेकिन यहाँ पर आपको मिलता है एक फोन 1000 रुपए के प्राइस के नीचे में। हाँ दोस्तों, ये फोन अभी तक लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है भारत के अंदर। ये कुछ दिनों के अंदर लॉन्च हो जाएगा, प्रॉब्ली सितंबर 15 तारीख तक। लेकिन इसकी खासियत ये है कि आपको मिलता है 4 अलग कलर ऑप्शंस में, और मैं अब करने वाला हूँ इसकी अनबॉक्सिंग और एक गिव अवे। अगर हम पैकेज की बात करें तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि इस फोन का मॉडल है K188 और इसका नाम है क्लियरली स्पिनर फोन। और यहाँ पर कुछ ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया है, जो है वारंटी है 12 महीने की, आपको 10 दिन की गारंटीड सर्विस मिलती है, और इसके अलावा आपको यहाँ पर
Okay, you probably noticed that this was in Hindi and you didn't understand a damn word of what it was saying. That's okay. Hey, Monty Weaver, welcome on Periscope. But I wanted to show you what it was like. This is, my head is in the thing. This is a fidget spinner phone. It's only available in India right now. Kids love spinners. Kids love phones. Why not put them together? Natalie Koo, you're hilarious. Mess around and dial 911 by mistake, or somebody you don't mean to do. Yeah, I don't know about this. It's called the Chili, and it's been on sale for nearly 6 months in India. It has a 1.4-inch screen, a very basic web browser, and Bluetooth, and it comes with a default of 32 megabytes of storage, but you can up that to 8 gigs with an SD card. Guess how much it costs? $20. $20. So you could buy 50 Chili phones for the cost of an iPhone 10 that MC Curtis is so graciously going to buy you all as a giveaway.
How much does it cost?
$20. Wow! you just wanted me to say that. That's why I can do that. Yeah, no, the phone is $20 and it actually does work. It is not a Cracker Jack box prize. This phone actually works. Anthony Davis says, I don't understand fidget spinners. When I was a kid, I got too overactive. I'd hear stop fidgeting. Well, exactly. Bobby Stabs, welcome on the Facebook Live side. Patricia Murray says, wow, the person on the other end must get really dizzy. Exactly. Anthony, I tend to agree. I don't know. The phone does work, but the novelty of this is going to wear off after a while. Wouldn't you think, Curtis? I don't know.
I think so. I'd be like, really?
But, it's $20, so if the novelty wears off, I guess it's not a big deal. But in India, it might be. $20 might be quite pricey for, the average kid to spend on but a fidget spinner that actually works as a phone, I could see the brilliance of that. Veritas is laughing. Tina Pita said it would be cool if the spinning charged the battery. Yes. Why don't you work in Silicon Valley, Gina? That's a brilliant idea. If it had a function besides just, quelling overactivity, I could see it. That would be kind of cool. They actually do. They don't sell this in the US, but on Amazon you can find fidget spinner cases for your iPhone. Why would anybody do that? I don't get it. But in any case, that's the news, that there are fidget spinners and there are phones, and then there are fidget spinner phones. What the hell, right, Natalie Crew? I don't get it. But again, everything is not for me to get. And I look mad bright. I don't know why the lighting is so bright. I look so blown out today. Okay. Anyway. Let's, hey, Sharmonda Ramsey, perfect phone for a child. It is. $20. You know what? And I could see that, but why not then just make a $20 phone? I don't know. Anyway, the way your Apple insurance is set up, when we were talking about this, with the iPhone, you mess around and it would crack on that OLED screen would crack on the floor, and it would serve you right. Who told you to spin your
Right,
phone?
right.
It's exactly what you get. Good for you. All right, so let's move off of fidget spinner phones onto something a little different. Could I have a photo? No, let's forget about that. Let's go to photo 7. This is interesting. Who is this? Zuckerberg as a VR. What are they in VR? A VR character? They're not an emoji, but they're a VR character. Yeah, it's shaking my head, says Natalie Cruz, so she knows what's about to come. In fact, let's just go to the video. Can I have what's video 3?
Video 3. Here you go.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little bit.
Hey everyone, we are live in virtual reality. Yes, I think the first place that we want to go today is Puerto Rico. Go quickly teleport there. All right, so now we're in Puerto Rico, and hold on a second, and you can kind of get a sense of we're on a bridge here. It's flooded. You can get a sense of some of the damage here that the hurricanes have done. And I mean, this is one of the things that's really magical about virtual reality is you can get the feeling that you're really in a place, right? I mean, I probably should have mentioned this before, but Rachel and I actually aren't even, I think, in the same building in the physical world here.
We're in
But
totally
I mean,
different places.
we're here. I mean, it feels like we're in the same place and we're making eye contact. We're talking to each other.
High five.
Yeah, there you go. High five. And so now, I mean, this is we're looking around, and it feels like we're really here in Puerto Rico, where it's it's obviously a tough place to get to now, and a lot of people are really suffering with the aftermath of the hurricanes. This is an area that Facebook is very focused on. Did a bunch of work ourselves in terms of sending Facebook employees down to Puerto Rico to help with connectivity, right? Because when you're in the middle of a disaster like this, it's really important that people have access to the internet. So today we're actually announcing a new effort that we've been working on with the Red Cross to help out in Puerto Rico, which is we use artificial intelligence to build what we call population maps. So you can look at satellite imagery of an area and get a sense of where it is that people actually live and the density of different places.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Fine. You have an agreement with the, hey, Nay, okay, welcome back. You have an agreement with the Red Cross, or welcome to hear you were on Busker. You have an agreement with the Red Cross to help with disaster relief. Does that give you the right to exploit? Why would you do this? Demonstrate your cool aspect, your cool new technology in storm-ravaged Puerto Rico?
Can you
What sense does that
Can
make?
you do that syllabus look again?
That's for you. And it was, thank you. Thank you, Curtis. In the words of Huggy Lowdown, Mark Zuckerberg, you are the Bama of the week. What the hell? That to me, and of course there's been blowback because of this. The night vision scope was scary, looked like a military scope. I'm evacuated in California, let him come here. Oh, love nail polish. Oh no, are you affected by the fires? I'm so sorry if you are. It's terrible. There's a lot going on. But he wouldn't dare do that. Here's the thing. It's one thing if you are doing something in order to help with that.
Right.
It's one thing, but it's something else altogether when you're like, oh, and our new technology, don't use it as a platform to push your ish. That to me is very troubling. And that's the same thing of taking advantage of victims. Why would you do this? Tone deaf. Somebody on Bad judgment for very cool technology. Exactly, Gary Lanham. Patricia says at least he didn't virtually toss paper towels at people. Well, he may as well have. He may as well have. Patricia also says, sure, they need connectivity, but what they really need is fresh water and food. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Can you get off of your VR high horse, out of your VR world, and do something physically that way? And I get it. You're working together with the Red Cross. That does not absolve you from being a decent person. Somebody on Anchor, another app that I'm on, the radio app, said, I suspect there's something bigger at play here, like he has Asperger's and just doesn't know how to deal with things socially.
Right.
Which I could see. That could very well be true. There are people with Asperger's that are brilliant, and I could see this. But I just see missed judgment. I don't care. I don't give a damn what you have. Somebody around him needed to have said, this is not cool. And then they're like, huh, any place else you want to go? Huh, how about back to headquarters? What the hell? Syllabus look. I just, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Exactly. So, hey, Opal Comfort, welcome. Thank you for being here on the Facebook Live side. Yeah, love nail polish. This is terrible. I'm so sorry you had to evacuate. And prayers for you, prayers for everybody, and help. Not just prayers, but also help. I'm hoping that everything is going well. There's so much that's going on. All right, so let's move on. But you're in my thoughts, love nail polish. I didn't realize you were in that part of California. Okay, let's move on. Gentrified gentlemen, welcome on the Periscope side. Let's see. Clearly, belts weren't used in Zuckerberg's house. That's Veritas. No, clearly he had never gotten a whooping. Clearly. Anyway, all right. This was poor judgment, poor taste. Come on, tech industry. Look, I understand that there's also this thing now, although this is not a disaster. You all have seen the whole controversy with Dove, with the woman who takes off the shirt and she ends up being white. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so everybody's seen that. I'm not absolving you, corporations, of corporate responsibility and understanding what is wrong. And why? This is because you don't have diversity in your organizations, and everybody thinks with the same narrow tunnel vision and doesn't know how to act when there's somebody who doesn't look like them.
Absolutely.
We're tired of it. We're done. We're over you. I don't use Dove, and I never have to see anything with a D ever again. Okay? With a DOVE ever again. That ad was embarrassing. It was terrible. I'm like, in 2017, you're still doing this type of stuff? Wherever you got your degrees from, go get your money back.
Right,
please.
Exactly.
Because clearly it was a waste and you learned nothing. So in 2017, this is excusable. It's excusable no matter what the year, but even now, with all the information that's out there, the opportunities that exist, the fact that you wouldn't diversify enough so you don't make these mistakes. So you don't go and do VR in storm-ravaged Puerto Rico. I'm just tired. So let's get off of this because I'm about to go crazy with all of this. Dove is washed up, says Opal Comfort, literally and figuratively. Opal, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the program. We have a few more that we're going to do. Let's talk about, let's do photo 8, shall we? Snapchat wants you to stay on forever. They never want you to close the app. So what you're seeing here is something new. So they're supposed to be this camera company, right? But a lot of what they do is not necessarily just about photos. But now they have a new thing called context cards. They're leftovers from the Darky toothpaste days. Yes, Veritas, exactly. It's the same thing. Pears Soap did the same thing with ads in Africa. It's terrible. No, I know you're right. The Darky tooth. I know you're absolutely right. There was a lot of racism that is involved in these things, and the fact that you wouldn't know that, did it not occur? Okay, I'm going to stop because I need to stop judging everybody with the level of common sense I use, because most people, everybody is not using that, especially at these companies, clearly. Anyway, context cards. Snapchat is integrating these into other platforms. So it's a new feature that is to keep you using this platform as long as possible. Open Table is on there, TripAdvisor, Foursquare, Michelin, Goop, Uber, and Lyft, and it gives you everything from restaurant reviews to rides without ever needing to leave Snapchat. Who else did this? Facebook. So take that, Facebook. You copied off of us. Now we got you. Yeah. Okay, that's what they're saying, basically. So can we have video 4, please? Let's run a little bit of that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. It allows you to interact with it and get everything, do everything from ordering. You can order an Uber to go get your stuff. You can find out reviews and all of that. So it's kind of similar to what they're already doing in Messenger on Facebook, right? So I think it's cool, but it's also very lazy. We are getting so lazy as a society. We can't leave the app to go and order food. Really? Really, America? Media's, hey, Levok! Welcome. Thank you for being here on the Periscope side. Cornoscope. Yeah, you know what? It is kind of Periscope. You're right. But Periscope. Blue Tractor. Hey, thank you for being here. Blue Tractor, I know you from Busker. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. So, context cards and a Snapchat near you. You don't have to leave the app ever. That's kind of spooky. All right. Photo 9, please. We're going to do just a few more stories because I respect your time. RIP AOL Instant Messenger. AIM will be no more as of December 15th. You probably haven't even used it in years. Tell me if you have an AOL account still. Do you still have one, MC Curtis?
Nope.
I do.
I know.
I still have an AOL. Shut up, MC Curtis. Be quiet. I have one. I've had it since '97.
How do you feel about that, Chachi?
Well, it's because I made it at the time, you know, obviously they're like, all right, well, you need to have a professional sounding email, first initial last name. It's first initial last name. And so that's why I continue to use it. And then everything is built around it. But I have a Gmail too. I use Gmail as well. Levok says my grandmother has an AOL account. Did anybody ask you, Levok? Huh? The real Nelly B. Hey, how are you, Nelly? Thank you for being here. Ryan Perez, thank you for liking this and for being here. Joel says, I could give 2 damns about Snapchat. That's me. Next. I hear you. Yeah, but I already dumped Snapchat. Too late, says Patricia Murray. Yep. Yeah, Ryan, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Jemison SU, thank you for being here. Good to see you. She's been dead for 10 years. See, be quiet, Levok. Levok, see, don't get on the MC. Don't get banned. Don't get on the MC. I'm just kidding. I would never ban you. I love you and the dogs too much. Anyway. The Right Baker TV is having a ball. Okay, so let's talk about AOL Instant Messenger. This was actually one of the last parts of AOL to survive back when it was keyword sites, of course, chat rooms and homework helpers. And remember when they charged by the hour back then? Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh, let me hurry up and use this because they charged by the hour. So I only got a few minutes. So you didn't get on. And it was dial-up, 14 kbps, right?
Right.
No. And then they got to 28, and you thought you were something because stuff was loading faster. Mm-hmm. And then dial-up no longer worked. Try and get on dial-up now and see what happens. They would look at you like, really? So my 33.6K was the business, right? Exactly, exactly. AOL, oh yeah, donkeys online, right? But I mean, I don't use it anything else for anything else but that email. So it is what it is. I
What
use
about when
AI.
someone was on a, what about when someone was on a telephone and you were trying to connect over the line? Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah, no, exactly. Then they got out and it would knock you off. But then they had the setting so that you could put it on so that it would not knock you off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that 56K,
Hmm.
that 57K. Oh yeah, no, you thought you were doing something once you got to the 50. 28 was something, but then you thought you were something once you got to 56. Oh yeah, I can live stream now. No, you can't. So, so all right. Yeah, so even if you haven't thought about it in years, now think about it. And if you still have it, you might want to get your last jollies going because it will be gone as of December 15th. No more. Yeah. Hey, December 15th is an anniversary for me. That is my crossing date of when I became a Delta. So I
Oh,
could go on
congrats.
AI. Well, thank you. So that's when I'll go on and say, hey, Soros, there's no more, and get off. You've got a box of those modems? Oh yeah, remember the modems? Wow.
I do.
Good times. All right, so if anybody cares, no more AOL Messenger, Instant Messenger as of December 15th. It'll be gone. Okay, let's you know what? Let's do let me find a good story for you. Two more and then I'm going to let you go, okay? I promise. I promise, I promise. Let's see what's going on over here. Delta's Rock, thank you, Joel. I think we do. I think we do. Something went wrong. We're having trouble playing this video. Okay, I think that's just me on Facebook Live. Opal Comfort, thank you for saying the show gets better and better. I hope everything is still connected on the Facebook Live side. I don't know what's going on,
It
but
is. I'm
that's
looking at it.
something.
It's fine over here.
Okay, that's me. Yeah, it must be my connection. So, guys on Facebook Live, I'm coming back to see your comments. I just can't see them right now. Something screwy, connection-wise. Could be because I'm drawing all this extra energy, from all of the many devices that I have. So I have to remember to use my data
It's a
for the
conversation
content.
about the AOL.
I know it slowed everything down, right?
When you mentioned AOL,
Yeah,
everything.
it did. Once you say AOL, that messed it up. In fact, take this damn picture down because it's just slowing up my groove. It's just slowing up my groove. Okay, let's see. Let me go to okay. Let's do photo 11, shall we? If you're a fan of Marvel Comics and you're a fan of The Weeknd, yeah, the R&B pop singer The Weeknd, he has announced that he is doing his own comic book called Starboy. And could I have photo 11A? There's an 11A, right?
There it is.
Should be. Yeah, so this is Starboy. So it's unveiled it actually this weekend. This is the cover of the first issue, and it's been in the pipeline for quite some time. And it's supposed to, according to the weekend, the next is supposed to be a chapter in this saga. I don't know what the first saga is, but he's a cool, dope character that makes appearances on a lot of albums. And okay, so this is, I guess, a persona that makes an appearance on his albums. I don't listen to The Weeknd necessarily. He's cool, but I don't have his album, so I don't know about this whole thing. So this is interesting. The Weeknd, Starboy, that's racist, is it? I don't know. You're stupid. That's Farrah's house. So anyway, if you're a fan of The Weeknd and you're a fan of comic books, you might find some joy in this. And speaking of comics, could we go with photo 12, please? If you're a fan of comics or a fan of anime, you'll know who Sailor Moon is, right? So this is a Sailor Moon. This looks like a box of candy. No, it's condoms. Sailor Moon condoms. Why? Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get back to you on Facebook Live, and I can't. I'm refreshing. So give me a second. If you're making comments, I will get back to you. I promise. I'm trying to refresh. Darn you, Facebook. Okay, hopefully it comes back soon. All right, so Sailor Moon is a popular anime character in Japan, and they are using Sailor Moon to raise awareness about STIs or STDs. So she fights crime and she's going to fight STDs, according to Vice News. Insert Jeopardy music here. I know, right? So why are they doing this? Because the rate of syphilis infections is skyrocketing in Japan. And so to lower those numbers, the Japanese government has called on Sailor Moon, who's a child. And this is the thing, though, but she's for children. A childhood heroine to educate the public about the sexually transmitted disease. She's for kids. Who wants to see her with condoms? What grown person in their right mind? Hi, Maple Flag. Yeah, I know, right? It's for kids. Are they pink colored condoms? Good question. I don't know, Levi. Only you would ask that. I have no clue. But for a little more context, let's roll the video. This should be video 5.
It is.
Yeah. Let's roll a little bit of the video. We'll talk after.
The Centers for Disease Control announced this week STD rates in the U.S. have reached their highest since recording began, and cases of syphilis jumped nearly 18% last year alone. Syphilis has been spiking in Japan as well, and the Japanese government has enlisted a powerful ally in its awareness campaign. Sailor Moon, one of the most popular anime characters ever created.
Japan is currently going through a syphilis outbreak. The number of people infected hasn't been this high since 1974, and in the last 3 years alone, the infection rate has quadrupled. The government says they're not quite sure what's causing it, but they are sure of one thing: the rate of young women contracting syphilis is exploding. This left Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare with a challenge. How do you get young women to get tested? 2 years ago, the Ministry of Health started making posters to appeal to women, but they didn't work. So they decided to bring in the big guns, a full-on Sailor Moon assault. Sailor Moon is now printed out on 5,000 posters, 160,000 flyers, and 60,000 condoms, which are distributed for free by the government all over Japan. Kazunari Asanuma, the director of tuberculosis and infectious diseases at the Ministry of Health, says you can't underestimate the cultural importance of Sailor Moon.
今までこういったヒロインものっていうのは基本的には男性主体のものですよね。ウルトラマンだとか仮面ライダーとかそういったどこの国でもきっとそういうことが多いんだと思うんですけども、でこのセーラームーンっていうのが90年代出てきた時は女性だけで戦う悪と戦うキャラクターっていうのが最初に出てきたのがセーラームーンっていうのがあって、非常にイメージがいいと。でみんなに愛されていると同時にですね、実は女性だけではなくて男性にもですね好かれるキャラクターであって、性感染症なんでいろんな LGBT というとちょっとですけども、いろんな層にやっぱり我々は実は。
Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit of that to give you some context to the story. There are people that are not happy about it because Sailor Moon is for kids and it's like a kid's superhero and icon. So I get what they're trying to do. I don't know. What do you think, MC Curtis?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is a little weird. Levi says that it's a great idea. If this resonates with the people who are actually affected by STDs, then perhaps this will work. The Japanese government, I guess they know their people better than I do. What are the message reaches folks? That's true. If Sailor Moon and I actually like Sailor Moon. I love anime and I love Sailor Moon. So we'll see. This is for one thing, actually a very interesting way to get your message out there. We'll see how effective it is. All right, maybe one more story, and then I'm going to let you go because I'm like super over time. Let's go to, we have photo 14A. Off of sex. We've had a lot of sex-related things on the show today, pointed out to me by MC Curtis. So let's get off of sex and on to Taco Hell. Yes. Oh, excuse me, Taco Bell. They have a collaboration with Forever 21. You know the store. I shop at Forever 21, so I shouldn't say a teen store or millennial store because I shop there too. They have some cute stuff. Sex, says Levok. I know, right? So Toxic Hell, right? I call it Taco Hell. So they've teamed up with Forever 21 on a new clothing line. They're the latest fast food chain to experiment with trendy merchandise. And could I have 14B, please? So you can see they've got hoodies. They've got like T-shirts, some other tees. Unlike KFC though, because you know KFC has done this, McDonald's did this, right? And if you ordered through, I think Uber Eats, you could get when they first did this, you could get a free McDonald's like T-shirt with Big Macs on it. Why? But fireproof for California, I hope so. Do they smell like Taco Bell? Ew, yuck. That would be the worst. Awful. But they decided to collaborate with an actual clothing retailer, which is different from what the other people have done. So this, I'm guessing, so here's the thing. You're going to be able to get it at Forever 21 stores across the country starting today. So line up at Forever 21 is closed, about to close here on some place because it's 7:22 now on the East Coast. But those of you in California, get on to the mall and get some Taco Hell gear. All right. So that can we have the last one was 14C? This one didn't. Who wants a Taco Bell leotard or bodysuit? Who does that? Where am I going to wear this? Anyway, you can get it at Forever 21s across the country if you are interested. Or Beans. Oh, Beans? Did I miss something? Yeah, you at 6'5" sporting a leotard. Levi, if you wear a leotard, I'll give you $25. Grass and Sniff shirt says Levi, yuck. I'm not really feeling food franchise clothes, says Maple Flag, nor am I. So I'm not one that really likes wearing a label of somebody else emblazoned anyway over things. Like, there are a lot of people, no disrespect, who love like handbags with like the names on and the symbol. I don't like all that. Let it be silent.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would want to scratch a sniff of, like a leotard after someone's been working out. That's weird.
Ew. Yuck, MC Curtis. You took it there. You took it to the highest proclivity of yuckiness one could ever do. Yuck. My own clothing line, skirt or pants. Yeah, I feel you. That I'll wear it, Levi. There you go. Make sure there's some leotards in it just for you. And that's it. On this terrible note, leotards. We're going to call. Ooh, you hear that rain? I guess that's the way of saying it's time for me to wrap it up because I've taken enough of your time. Levi says, Curtis, that's gross. High five.
Curtis, that's gross. Did a high five? Great.
Yeah. Maple Flag, you can't hear MC Curtis? You should be able to. I don't think you did anything different, right?
No.
Veritas, but you just made one. He said, make no sauce references. You just made one. Yuck. Okay, we're going to end this because
that is pretty gross.
That this is going to go very wicked very quickly. So we're going to end this, and I hope that all of you have had a great time. I've had a ball with you guys, and I'm trying to get back to, Anthony Davis says, I know some people who are cosplayers. They get those Taco Bell leotards and dress up as Taco Bell stuff for Comic-Con. I could see that. Cosplay people would love this. Opal Comfort says, hilarious. Ellis San Jose, hey, what's going on? Says Taco Bell pool party, right? Exactly. Anthony Davis says, I know a few Sailor Moon fans who would love to get those condoms just as a novelty item to add to their Sailor Moon collection. I could see that. Patricia Murray says, when I was in Japan, I was told that anime was first targeted at adults. Yes, it was. You're absolutely correct.
Interesting.
And Opal Comfort says, I have heard Japanese have odd sexual norms, and yes, schoolgirls are popular there. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the whole like Harajuku style, there's a lot of schoolgirl stuff. So, guys, you rock. I'm loving all the comments. I'm loving all the hearts. I love the interaction. You all are the reason I do this. And so I'm going to respect your time and get off. We did start a little bit late, so I'm a little bit over. So let's hit it. So, once again, my name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and a journalist. This has been MediaScope. We talk about the best in media tech and pop culture news. And I hope you had a great time. No, you rock, Veritas. Thank you. Can we get Barney the Purple Dino condom? Okay, I think that's where we draw the line at for real children's stuff. So I'm going to say I love you for watching. I bid you adieu, and I'm going to exit stage left. I love you guys. Cheers. Bye.